for Sagittarius. This is for Sagittarius Sun, a Sagittarius Moon, a Sagittarius Rising. And Sagittarius, if you are subscribed, thank you for being part of the channel. Sagittarius, if you're not, well, if you'd like to see more, consider subscribing. Lots of various content being produced here. Sagittarius, if you appreciate my time, do give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you appreciate my time in doing this. And Sagittarius, take this as it resonates. Also, too, Sagittarius, check out some of the other videos that are done. If you're curious about readings relating to either your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, Venus sign, you can go and check out those too. I do believe I already did a Sagittarius love for June, even though we're in the mid-June ones. You can check out that if there's anyone you're curious about. And anyway, poke around and see. Sagittarius, let's get started. What's the message for Sagittarius? I have Seven of Swords, Sagittarius. Seven of Swords with a bottom of a deck energy of the High Priestess. Secret ambitions, Sagittarius. Secret ambitions, and there is an avenue. There are avenues to realize those secret ambitions, but Sagittarius, somebody, maybe you, maybe somebody around you, Sagittarius, is keeping something very... well, they're planning something and they're not really wanting others to know about it, not just yet. All those secrets, Sagittarius, for a new plan, a new venture. Something's caught the eye. Maybe something will catch the eye of you. Hello, Jacob. Maybe something will catch the eye of you, Sagittarius. Maybe you will catch the eye of someone. And they will move, hello, Scott, they will move in silence, Sagittarius. Interesting. They will try and be discreet, Sagittarius. Of course, one question I always have with the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords to me is, I mean, it's supposed to be discreet energy, but it never feels discreet. So that's an odd thing to me about it. This person is going to try to be discreet, but yet I don't really feel that they will be. And hello, everybody. Everybody, if you appreciate my time in doing this video, do give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. So that's Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Thank you. Seven of Swords gets a 10 of Cups. I have Judgment. And I have Hierophant. Sagittarius, somebody has unspoken wishes around you. Are they going to make themselves known? I actually read my Knight of Wands, by the way, as Sagittarius energy. A meeting upcoming. Two of Cups is Cancerian energy, which I believe is in 6 days, 5 days. Cancerian season is not too far off. An opportunity that's coming up for someone that they know. There's a momentary window. Sagittarius, in your energy, there's a momentary window to make a connection. Somebody has interest in you. Will they realize it with 10 of Cups, Judgment, and Hierophant? I'm actually curious about this Judgment. Thank you, Via. I'm actually curious about this Judgment and Hierophant over here, really because Sagittarius. What we're talking about, when you have an opportunity, how much can you push forward to progress it as opposed to crushing it? How much force is too much force? I guess that's the question here too, with Judgment and Hierophant. What's the right way to go about things, the right way to develop something? Also too, if you feel like you are constrained by circumstances, maybe constrained by social norms with Hierophant, there's definitely constraints here. There are boundaries to be operated on. But at the same time, with Seven of Swords, how can you expand those boundaries to get what you want? To get ultimately what you want? Is this happiness for everyone? Is this your own happiness? Is this happiness? Well, anyway, lots of curious things going on here, Sagittarius. Somebody's looking at you, or somebody's in the energy around you. They feel they're looking, but they can't touch. They'd like to approach, but they want to do it in the right way. Not sure if they can. Oh, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Sagittarius. Actually, Sagittarius, I do think it could be the secret you should know and something to anticipate. One of those two readings, Sagittarius, they're very short readings, 3 minutes or so, maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Listen to those, Sagittarius, because something was very interesting in that message. One of those two messages, I can't remember which. Maybe it was even who's watching you, but I think it was the last two. You should check it out. It was a message entirely unrelated to what I was pulling. I remember that. Anyway, Hierophant. Let's find out what Hierophant is. Hierophant for a Sagittarius. Hierophant gets a Queen of Wands, so a very dynamic individual. 10 of Wands is Sagittarius energy. Now, this could be a very dynamic individual, Sagittarius, that puts out a lot of effort. It could also be a lot of effort to go and approach or deal or interact with this or impress with Seven of Swords, this Queen of Wands. Operating in social norms, what could be acceptable. The Fool. Well, first of all, that Hierophant is someone willing to go and put out the work and effort for a connection. Queen of Wands, 10 of Wands, and the Fool under Hierophant. I'd also say with all the Hierophant being under a Seven of Swords, an opportunity you wouldn't normally come across. An opportunity you wouldn't normally come across, and an opportunity you could not make use of unless you had a Seven of Swords energy, because it calls for innovation. It calls for you to step outside of your boundaries. It calls for you to see things and consider things a bit differently than you normally would. Sagittarius, someone is different from you. An opposite. I say an opposite, Sagittarius, but one thing that is consistent with probably both of you is that both of you are hard workers, and both of you perhaps are free thinkers. So with judgment, oops, I put that backwards, is a King of Pentacles. That Knight of Wands and a Four of Cups. Definitely somebody's wondering about the best way to move forward. Four of Cups, the best way to approach. Four of Cups gets an Eight of Pentacles, will be a lot of work. Looks like a lot of worthwhile work with that Ace of Cups. Four of Cups with an eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. This is worthwhile work. Somebody can see, although it'll be a lot of effort, a lot of hassle, Sagittarius, it's worth it. Hello, Gabrielle. It's worth it. The value is unmistakable. The gain is unmistakable. It's acknowledged. But then the question comes down to, again, how to move in the right energy. What's the right level of force, the right level of attention? How far do you push yourself forward to a new connection? How do you do that properly? How do you do that effectively? How do you do that in a way that builds and strengthens and not causes something like someone to recoil against you, go, shut you out, or turn the other way even? Because this is also too, Seven of Swords is light energy. I don't mean light as in light and shadow, but in weight. Very delicate energy, dancing energy. Testing. Parrying. What do they call that type of sport? I had a friend that did that. The one with the French swords things and, the little pointy swords. And you dress up all in white. I forgot what that sport is called. But you don't use power necessarily with that sport. You use finesse, quickness, strategy. She was very good at that as well. Can't remember the name of what that sword, that sword style or that sport is called. That irritates me. I should know. Does anybody know that European art of sword fighting, that they have the round circular disc almost like this? Like that kind of shape. And then there's a long, almost like a pin, a huge extended pin sword. Oops, my ashes are all over this. Well, anyway, now let's see. Well, that's the kind of energy that I have here. Someone is using strategy, someone is using quickness, someone is using their moves. And it's a sport where just brute strength alone doesn't ensure success. I remember she was telling me that. And that was one of the reasons why she went into it. And one of the reasons why she was trying to get all the other girls into it. She was like, you don't need muscle for that. You just need to be light on your feet and smart. Anyway, let's, Sagittarius. Actually, I think did I merge some things together? I feel like I did. Is all that under? Did I change some things around? I don't think so. That's how much I get into the readings. I'm like, which cards did I pull from the onset? This is curious. I was so much into temperance, judgment. Or wasn't it the Hierophant? I think it was the Hierophant. All right, well, anyway, Sagittarius, we'll go on to the other two ones here. Hello, Yvonne. How are you today? Welcome, welcome. Yes, for everybody joining, definitely hit the like button and we'll continue. So, Sagittarius, I feel like the cards changed, but if the cards change, Sagittarius, I'm going to roll with it. Let's check out 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups, I have death. I have 5 of Wands. And I have 10 of Swords. Definitely time is clicking. Time is ticking on this connection for you, Sagittarius, for this person who either you've caught the eye of or this person will be, well, it feels like this person is actually around you now. I'm not going to say will catch the eye. This actually feels like energy already in motion. But there is a timeline ticking. You know, things are in flux, Sagittarius, and an opportunity is presenting itself right now. The opportunity won't stay. Things are too much in flux. 10 of Cups, clarified by death. 5 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Oh, fencing. Thank you. Yes. I was like, what is the word of that? But yes, that's the energy that I have here, Sagittarius. Somebody knows that they cannot just rush up and approach you. They cannot rush up and deal with this connection, cannot rush up and grow the connection. There has to be strategy. There has to be delicate steps. There has to be dancing. Someone cannot be direct for whatever reason, Sagittarius. They have to dance around the subjects and hope to land meaningful hits. What can I say other than that? Hello, Asha. And thank you for the like. So, yes, somebody definitely recognizes that this is a time. There's a window of opportunity here. And also, too, I'm going to say here under 10 of Cups with a 10 of Swords, it's a window of opportunity. It won't be open twice. And also, too, I'm going to say in this energy, death, 5 of Wands, and 10 of Swords, it's like someone has to get over their embarrassment or their hesitation. Someone feels like they have to be delicate in their approach, but someone still has to move forward. Move forward for something that they know won't come around again, and some sort of inexplainable pull, Sagittarius. An inexplainable pull. Needless to say, Sagittarius, death, even this 8 of Cups, 10 of Cups, and 10 of Swords. Needless to say, Sagittarius, I'm not going to say a gateway, but there's a crossroads here. Not a gateway, a crossroads. If you go off into this direction, things monumentally changed. It's interesting energy. 4 of Pentacles gets the moon. I will say Sagittarius too. Pisces energy is really strong here. 10 of Cups is Pisces. 8 of Cups is Pisces. The moon is Pisces. I have strong water in here. I definitely have strong water. I have strong air, but I have strong water. The fire in here just really feels like motivation, dedication, force, will. And the Pentacles feels like how to move forward in the best manner, right? You don't want to crush something. How to build and encourage something to flourish, not overwhelm and suffocate. Strong Pisces. Also, too, I'm going to say strong Aquarius energy. The moon and High Priestess both are classically Piscean energies. Perhaps Pisces could go and play a role in that. Though we also have some Cancer. I'll call it the signs later. But anyway, strong Pisces in here, definitely. Also, too, think about this as well with the Aquarius and the Pisces energy, Sagittarius. Think about the energy around those two, the classic energies, the classic positive energies around those two signs. Aquarius is, first of all, forward thinking. Aquarian energy is very fresh in thought application, and also to even in, or should we say, every single avenue that it touches. I'm not going to say the word excitement, but definitely refreshing energy, fresh energy. It's not about adhering to traditions that don't serve. It's about serving ways to make, or finding ways to make things more efficient. And in this case, I'm going to say with the other energies, it's like a connection, how to make the most efficient movements towards a connection that you know is very special. Piscean energy, literally the card of dreamers, some say, or the energy of dreamers. Both Piscean and Aquarian energy are dreamer energies. So I'm going to say that as well, with the fact that we have the Piscean and the Aquarian energy may not necessarily be placements, Sagittarius, but think about the Aquarius and Piscean place or energies here as literally the energy of dreams. And while Aquarius can go and Aquarian energy can think it, Piscean energy can also make things that you thought were completely impossible to realize. Oh, that's a nice idea, but how does that come? How do you actually do it? So I feel like too, Sagittarius, it may not even be the energies of Aquarius and Pisces, but it's more about there's an opportunity here for this person, and they see Sagittarius, do I say a lot of walls? Well, there's the boundaries with Hierophant. And with those boundaries of Hierophant, those walls, those caveats are really not that intense or that much of a factor to consider. Because with a Piscean energy, everything can be flipped. If you imagine it, it can be built. Somehow, don't ask me how, that's like, Piscean magic right there. But I'm just trying to say that with this energy, it's the energy of dreamers and dreams that can be realized. require a bit of work, require definitely innovation, but they can be realized. So that's also something I like to keep, for you to go and keep in mind here. And finally, after saying all that, the Four of Pentacles clarified by the Moon, Three of Swords, and High Priestess. Sagittarius, as I said, strong Piscean energy here. It's like somebody here who the logical side is saying they shouldn't even bother, shouldn't even consider it. But they know that if they don't make a move, they'll regret it. They know that if they don't make a move, they won't have an opportunity like this again. And so, Sagittarius, there's somebody dancing in your energy. Somebody, Sagittarius, as I said, I don't feel like this is someone. Of course, it could be someone noticing you. But for right now, with what I have here, Seven of Swords is active energy. Somebody, Sagittarius, has seen a dream, can start imagining a dream with you. And they know, Sagittarius, that dream, that opportunity is not going to be either available for long or it won't come around again. Think about, Sagittarius, who's around your energy. Who comes around your energy, especially as you're watching this video? Someone who is friendly and open. I'm not saying to go and make it easy for them, Sagittarius, because in this dancing energy, this is something that this person has to go and realize themselves. This is something that this person has to build themselves. Hello, Saggy Waggy. And it serves no purpose, Sagittarius, to make what this person has to build easier. You can't do someone else's work for them, especially when this all comes down to the dedication. Dedication of what do they want and how hard are they willing to work for it. Just know, Sagittarius, again, you have a dancer around you. Let's see, Sagittarius, how they flow. Sagittarius, until the next reading, bye-bye.